Vycor enV is a new weather-resistant barrier from Grace and has all the essential features that are critical for a high-performance weather barrier. First off, Vycor enV is a fluid-applied, fully adhered, vapor-permeable, durable weather-resistant barrier. It's designed for above-grade wall assemblies consisting of substrates using both OSB and plywood substrates.
What I'm going to show you right now is we have an exterior corner, okay, how to pre and post apply. I've taken the liberty of spraying this out earlier so that it's dry and it's just easier to work with. On the base down here is this piece put in as pre-applied, and then the product can be sprayed over top of that, directly over, and you want a minimum lap of 3 inches back, okay? On the post applied, it's very simple. As you can see, I have a piece of the Vycor Plus cut, and I'm going to apply it in this fashion right to the exterior corner after the material's already been sprayed on. Okay? This product has a built-in rip cord. I've peeled the rip, so what it enables me to do is basically peel this back. Okay? Allows me to bring my piece up into place, align it, and stick it into place. Now what I can do is start my release liner again, roll it around, there you have a nice finished exterior corner. The final treatment to that is to roll it, okay? These are pressure sensitive adhesives, so this will roll out any air bubbles and prevent the migration of water. That's a complete corner. What I want to do now is I'm going to demonstrate how to properly treat or pre-treat an end joint or a side joint on your panels. The application is going to be basically an 8 to 10 mil light scratch coat, and with that I'm going to embed the enV tape and space it evenly across the joint. Any joints that are greater than a ½ inch, we're going to make sure that we have these pre-caulked going down through. So you want to do a inspection through, get this material in place, let it dry, and then come back in. With that, I'm going to start the application. I'm going to show you a light scratch coat of 8 to 10 mils on an end joint and the side joint. And this is our product here that we're using. This is the enV joint tape. So use a razor knife to cut it, and then just basically embed it in. What we have now, as you can see, this is all properly prepared joints, okay? And I'm going to demonstrate how to put on a 30 mil continuous membrane application over top of that. So with that, I'm going to spray in a north to south fashion to start, and then I'm going to reverse it to an east-west type of fashion so that I have cross-hatching and any imperfections that will help fill in the voids and the defects in the substrate. Now to assure that I have the 30 mil, we have 2 different types of gauges that we can actually use, okay? One is an incremental in 5mm increments, okay? And to do it, you're basically going to have these points touch into the liquid and see how deep it is. So we are looking for 30 mils continuous wet, which will dry back to 15 mils dry. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to take this and set it into the surface, and as it touches and leaves marks in there, and I can also see the wet on here, okay, as I have about 28 mils on there, 26 to 28 mils on there right now. So with that, I can just apply a little bit more, or I have a single point contact that as this sets in place, I can see that I've got, in this case, close to 60 mils there, about 50 mils there. Okay, so what I just demonstrated there was a 30 mil continuous membrane spray applied, and in order to do that we used a Spraytech 2510, capable of generating about 3,000 PSI, and it sprays about a gallon a minute. Another acceptable practice is being able just to roll it. So as simple as I call them a ladder for your immersion into a 5-gallon pail. That can be set in. Tight nap roller, okay, and we'll demonstrate this area in here with the actual roll application. Now in this case, the thickness control is a little harder to do, as you can see, but still achievable. And this actually takes a little more time. Again, I'm going to do the joint basically in the same fashion. Okay. And there's your completed assembly.
Another point I want to make is the fact that fasteners, as you have countersunk fasteners, again, as we sprayed the field, all those fasteners are covered as well. So any type of weak points are all coated and covered by the material itself. It's important to maintain the integrity of the weather-resistant barrier. And what I mean by that is any type of hole or penetration through that weather-resistant barrier is a potential entry point for water or air. Now what we've done here is I'm showing you here a couple post-applied fasteners to kind of simulate what would happen once you're putting on the exterior cladding of a home. You're putting thousands of additional penetrations through that weather-resistant barrier. And what makes enV different is the fact that once you put these products or these post-applied fasteners through the product, what enV does is it actually forms a gasket around that fastener. And we've actually verified this through ASTM air leakage and water resistance testing. It offers simplified detailing. Details around the windows, doors, any types of penetration are really one of the most potential or the biggest weak points around the building envelope for air and water intrusion. What we have here, as Jimmy's demonstrated, we've already flashed a window. Details are the most critical areas around the building envelope where there's always a potential for air and water intrusion. And what I have Jimmy do is kind of show you how easy it is to get a real nice detail.
Like I say, we've taken the liberty of flashing this window in, so the simplicity of this product is I can just basically spray it right around, and it allows me to either post or pre-apply. So in this case here, we've got the pre-applied application, and then to complete this detail, all I need to do is spray the 30 mil continuous membrane with a minimum lap back up on 3 inches onto the membrane. You want to pay particular attention to their top side detail where water could get in behind and start to migrate. So you want to make sure this top end is sealed up at a minimum of 30 mils. A lot of times we'll just put just a little bit heavier application there to give it a good water shedding effect. All right? And that would complete that detail.